What's up guys, welcome to the Fomo Factory, and let's talk a little bit about Alex Becker. We all know him, he's one of the greatest YouTubers out there, well the greatest, one of the ones with the most followers at least, and a very controversial dude as well of course. In the last bull run he gave a lot of altcoin calls, and I'm building a portfolio with his coins to see what it's actually going to do, and you can win that fucking portfolio. You just have to be a subscriber of the channel. And I give away the portfolio with highest returns. I'm also making one for Crypto Banter and BitBoy and you guys, the community. But Alex Becker, he talks a little bit about altcoins every now and then, but not a lot these days. And that's the thing. He did that back in the bull market. Buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. Okay, cool. Where are you in a bear market? So I anyway collected 10 coins of his that he is talking about most. And these coins, I'm going to dollar cost into these coins. Now, I already dollar costed a little bit, as you can see, but the purpose of this video is basically showing you when will I buy more? What are my buying targets for Altora, Super, Kusama, Ultra, Remark, Gala, D-Race, Vulcan Forged, CDFI, and Ad shares. That's what I'm going to show you in this video today. If you like the content, please like that content and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turned on the bell notification would help me a lot, and you would help yourself a lot as well. And let's just get right into it. So Altora, when would I buy Altora? Now let's take a look at Altora. I unfortunately do not have an Altora Bitcoin chart, but Altora is doing very great. If you look at the weekly chart, you'll see that it came from far, of course, but it had a big bounce. It was 0.0075 and it's now sitting at 0.03, right? So that's a big gain right there. That's like a 500% gain right there, and 275, doesn't matter, it's a big gain right there, right? And you might have the question like, okay, so when can we buy this, because it's still quite low cap? Well, I've set my buying targets. I'm setting my buying targets for these coins right now on this video. What I showed you in the last video I did in this series about Crypto Banter's portfolio is that I personally prefer to buy it with Bitcoin and not with dollars. So whenever the Bitcoin dominance is really high, then we can convert some Bitcoin into altcoins so we can see an alt season. We are not there yet. However, a lot of people like to buy it with, dollars. So in that case, you have to take a look at the total three, which is everything except Bitcoin and Ethereum. And the total three is still in a downward trend, right? And like I said last video as well, there is no reason for me to believe that we don't get to the lower side of the trend. Why? Well, we get to the downside, to the upside, to the upside, to the downside, to the upside, to the downside. As long as that's not changed, why would I believe that that's suddenly now going to change, right? Let's not fight the trend. So this is around 40% lower. So I've bought, I DCA'd into altcoins where we are right now, basically. I've set my next target around 20% lower, and the third target around another 20% lower. So with that being said, let's take a look at the individual altcoins. So Altora, where did I buy Altora? I bought Altora lower than this. I have 20% gains on Altora, so that's pretty nice. And, yeah, when it comes to Altora, my buying price that I had was 0.0327, which was here, give or take, right? So that was a perfect support resistance level. From there though, if we go down towards around 2 cents, right, where this yellow line is, that's where the biggest support is sitting. And that's around 18% lower from my entry. So that's perfect. From this point, it's quite lower though. It is 32% lower. Will Altora get there? Yeah, I think so. Otherwise I wouldn't be setting my buying target there, of course. So that's my first target for Altora. My second target is, let me take a quick look at the chart. I think this is a good entry right here. I don't know how much percent that's lower. I don't really care though. I just look at the chart. I feel like, yo, look at this, right? big resistance here, support here, support here. So that's an area we could definitely take an eye out for. And from that first target, that's another 17% lower. So it kind of adds up. So these are my two, entries for Altora. If you do not have an entry on Altora yet, I would look at 0.026, give or take, right? That sounds like looks like the most logical level to go with. That's it about Altora. If you might think like, yeah, but altcoins are not getting there, then buy now, and maybe you're right, and you go up. But if you're wrong, yeah, then okay, you have your losses, and you don't make the most out of it. Therefore, DCA is the way. Next one. I want to make this video a little shorter than I did with the crypto bands portfolio. Superverse, let me take a look at that. So that has a Bitcoin pair though. And the problem with Superverse is also that it broke support like a lot of other coins did, right? This was the support, give or take. And it broke down because the Bitcoin dominance went up, right? And it lost its last support. And yeah, now it's in a free fall. Yeah, once Bitcoin starts to go down, then you'll see that the dollar pairs on these coins are also getting wrecked. On Superverse, I am 3.5% down, so not really a big difference. I bought in this area, which is, I think, a pretty decent entry for a first DCA, because if you look at around here, right, lots of support. We had some resistance, went up, and now it's support again. So why don't you buy at support, right? If we do break down below, and let's say we go down around 20% down, yeah, that makes sense, right? That gives us this support right here. So that would be my next level. This area of around 9 cents, give or take. If we do break down there, then yeah, we have to reevaluate once we get there though. But I think around 7 cents is a pretty decent entry for Superverse as well. Next one, Kusama. Also getting wrecked. Also new lows. You see that? Like I said, all these YouTubers talk about, buy altcoins. When? It's now a better time than last week, and that was a better time than that week. And it's so far. When was the best time in this cycle to buy Kusama? None yet. In the last cycle, it was none. So far today, right? But who says tomorrow won't be? So be a little careful. But when I look at this, though, yeah, well, I don't know. When I look at this, it went down. Resistance, broke out, tested it as support right here. Now second test as support. Could this be the level? Could be. We also have some support right here. And Kusama USDT. I think eventually, I didn't draw this box for this video, but I think eventually we will get there. But my entry for Kusama was 10% down, so I'm a little wrecked, but not that much. I think now is a good entry though, if you want to do your first DCA into it, because you can clearly see. Let me remove these others because these are not going to be seen for a while, I think. We have support here. We have resistance here. A little support again here. We have resistance here. We have a lot of support here right now, so it's a big level, right? So, and yeah, during the FTX crash, we blasted right through it. But without such a black swan, we could actually have support as support, right? So now it's a pretty decent level. If we have to go down another 20%, give or take, that would be my next entry. And that would, take it also around this level right here. So that also is support here, right? Here, a little support, and here. So $25, $26 my next level. And 20% from there, in this case, it would be more around 16, 17. It would be around $21, $22 is my next entry on Kusama. So these are my 3 entries for Kusama. And will it get lower than this? Could be, but then I'm gonna just make a 4th entry. It's okay. Always have some money extra for these kind of things that you do not expect. Ultra. Also, not doing so much. On the dollar pair, it's not doing so much. right? On the Bitcoin pair, it's getting wrecked. So again, once Bitcoin sees a pullback, our support is already gone, right? We broke straight to the support. So in that case, the dollar finally goes down as well. But I kind of already set my targets here. On Ultra, I am down 4.4%. It's okay. You know, this is the ultimate bearish target of 10 cents, 11 cents, 11 cents. Could we get there? Definitely. But I've bought it right here, I think, at 22 cents, give or take. Nah, a little lower than that, I think. Well, yeah, 22. I've bought it at 22. And we are now kind of at that same support level. However, if we break, then I think 16 cents is definitely a big level. As you can see right here, here, lots of support. So 16 cents is hard to break for Ultra. However, we probably will eventually. And if we do, then I think it could go straight down to 14. If the crypto market really takes a big hit, then 11 cents. Simple. Next. I want to make this one short. My next one is Remark. I don't have any. Remark. Bitcoin and Remark USDT. So Remark Bitcoin also looks like complete trash. When was your best entry? Never so far. If you look at Bitcoin Remark dollar, it's hanging there, but you know, getting wrecked, getting so wrecked, right? So if you would have had an entry, where would you buy it? Well, my entry is also, I'm up 8%, so it's around this area. I bought a little lower. I bought at $2.07, right? I bought it here, right? But that's kind of where we are right now, basically. So this is the big support for Remark. Now, if we do break, which is, it's unlikely for me that it won't happen, then I definitely think that we could go down around 1.85, give or take, would be my next entry. 1.85. It's a good entry, I think. If we do break that and we go down lower, yeah, I don't think it's going to stop at 165 though. I think we are going to see price discovery mode to the downside right there. So I would not set really a target for Remark yet on my second entry, on my third entry. I mean, I will wait a little bit on it. I want to see how this plays out from there. Gala. Everybody loves Gala, except the people that bought here or here. Gala. No, getting wrecked. I've showed you a lot on this channel. This was a big support level. This is a big support level. And it broke both already, right? Gala had a too hard of a pump. It stayed at that support level for a while, broke down. And then we stayed at this support level for a while, also broke down. Now, what's the next support level for Gala? It's kind of where we are right now. We can also draw it's kind of, it's where we are right now, basically. Perfectly where we are right now also. We had support right here. We had support right here, and now we are creating it here as well. Will it break down even further? Why not? So the next entry, I don't know. I think it would be here. Based on this wick, this kind of wick, and this here. So Gala could from here on their Bitcoin pair easily go down another 12%. And I think that's not even a lot. It won't even surprise me though if we just test this horizontal, right? That's usually what happens, right? You've been in a downwards trend, right? On this horizontal, on this diagonal. You've been in a downward trend, you test it, reject it, test it, reject it, test, all rejections. And finally break out, but usually you get a retest. Where's that retest? The problem is how longer this takes, the lower it gets, right? Because here the price was higher than here, of course. So let's say we have to retest it this week. We go all the way down here. That's a lot. That's down 30%. You know, and in a couple of weeks, it could be down 40%. whatever. We don't have to get there though, but we definitely could. So Gala Bitcoin, it's getting wrecked. Like, and people always feel like, oh yeah, buy Gala, it does so well. Yeah, if you bought Gala, like, don't buy the pumps. Don't buy the pumps. Look what happened if you bought the pump. You're also already down 52% on your Bitcoin pair, right? That's a lot. Now for Gala USDT, it's looking a little bit better, but still, if Bitcoin goes down, then this will go down hard as well. And, you know, I don't know what the price is by the time you watch this video though, but I said a lot, like, we at least gonna test this like 25.2, 24.5 probably, right? We haven't even retested that yet. Why not? We had big resistance. We finally broke out. Got rejected, of course, here at the 28, 29K level. Big resistance. We have to retest. We have to, right? So if that happens, altcoins get screwed. So Gala going back into this region of 2.3 and 3 cents. Yeah, definitely. So my first entry for Gala would be around 3 cents. Definitely 3 cents. That's around here, right? And that's quite some lower. That's 18% lower, perfectly, right? And from there, you know, another 20% is, by the way, at the lower side of this range right here, that 2.3 cents, right? So first entry right now looks good, looks fine for DCA. Next entry, 3 cents. Last entry, 2.3 cents. If it gets even lower, 2 cents, but we'll see by then. D-race. I don't have a Bitcoin pair on this. Wait. Unfortunately. D-race. Yeah, not looking so good. Also, it had a pump from 10 cents to 35, but it's already back at 22. Therefore, you do not want to buy these pumps. Again, it looks just like Gala. Came down very hard. And then, of course, you have a big pump. But after that big pump, it's kind of slow bleed all the way back down again. D-race, first target. Also now looks pretty decent. Next target, 19.5, give or take. And that's like 13% low. It's not that much. We can also easily go down here at 18 cents, by the way. Right? Look. Also looks like an understandable level to come down to. And that's around 20% lower. From there, yeah, we have to see. I think 14 cents is possible, give or take, around here. Will we see these lows again? I don't know. I don't know. It could, but I'm not daring to put my money on that. Vulcan Forged. When would I buy Vulcan Forged? Look, and I already bought everything, right? I have all these coins already. Therefore, I say, because I don't know, right? I think it all goes down. And so far, it's playing out. So I'm quite happy with that. But I don't know, right? So if I'm wrong, I don't want to miss out. So therefore, I already dollar cost it. Therefore, I'm in some temporary losses with some of these. Actually, I was totally screwed. This fucking shit coin. But for the rest, you know, down 3, down 9, down 4%, down 1 point something, you know. And on some, I'm very much up, like Vulcan Forged, D-Race, Altura, I'm doing quite good, but you know, you don't know. So, Vulcan Forged, I'm up 12% so far. I bought at 2.94, which is a very nice entry for Vulcan Forged if you want to get that though. Because the range for Vulcan Forged is between $5 and $2.60, $2.65, right? So if you buy at 2.90 something, that's quite at the low side of the range, right? We're now not in the middle anymore, but we are getting there. We are getting to the lower side. But when it comes to this range, there's something in between as well, of course, right? And I think that is kind of where we are now. Let me take a real good look. Yeah. Look, I mean, it goes all places, but here, resistance, support, support, resistance, little supports, slightly lower. But so, yeah, where we are right now looks very good. 260 is my next level. That's another 20% lower. And if we do get to the break out to the downside of the range, yeah, then look at the chart. I mean, then it's quite a long way down. Well, maybe here. See, yeah, maybe here. But otherwise, it's going to be here, though. But maybe 221. And from that 260 to 21 is another 16%. So these are my levels for Vulcan Forged. 330, 260, 270, and 260, 270, and 221, give or take. And it doesn't matter a few cents, though. You want to time that. Because, yeah, Vulcan Forged Bitcoin also, yeah, fucked up. Yeah, that definitely could come down. I mean, it's kind of free falling right now. We are hanging on this kind of wick right here, but that's basically it, right? I think this level right here is way bigger support, and that's another 10% lower. So if that breaks down and Bitcoin doesn't really go up, then yeah, it could that could be the case that takes Vulcan Forged to 260.70. So that will be my next entry for Vulcan Forged, and I think if I look at this chart, it's pretty likely that we will get there. Let me check. Seedify, and I'm going to skip AdShares because I want to replace AdShares with something else. But then again, Alex Becker doesn't give any calls in a bear market, and it kind of disappoints me really. But like I said, like in a bull market, it's quite easy to give your calls, and everything goes up, and then you can say you were right, and you look very smart. But why don't you do that in a bear market? Like, you don't have to buy right now. I get that it's maybe not the best time to ape into altcoins, but if you give your calls, at least let us know what you are looking at, right? So we can research it, right? If people are stupid enough to just buy it because you say so, then that's on them. But at least let us research. Well, I bought everything as well, by the way. I'm so stupid as well. But yeah, I just take financial advice from these guys. By the way, if you want to buy any of these coins, there's a Bybit link down below. If you trade at least $100 there, you can win an iPhone 14. It's a giveaway that I'm doing with Bybit. So that goes on till the end of April. So free iPhone, pretty decent stuff in my opinion. Seedify, last one. Seedify. Let me first go to the Seedify Bitcoin pair, and that's not on TradingView, but I do have it right here. Does it bleed? Here we go. So if we look at Seedify Bitcoin, it's also not looking good because Seedify against Bitcoin, as you can see, lower lows. See right there? This is cycle since, well, September, November, give or take, right? It's only going down, and it's now sitting at 383 Satoshis. It broke this support right here of around 420. So when it comes to the Bitcoin pair, yeah, it's free falling right now. You don't know where it's going to stop. And I honestly think that it could go at least somewhere around here, 295 Satoshis. It's now at 385. So yeah, that's another 25% down. Do I have my math correct? I think, give or take. Well, yeah, something like that. It depends on what Bitcoin does, though. But that could also drive Seedify down. And if you look at the daily chart on Sfund, you'll see it was climbing up. But, we had this fake outs right here, but now it actually closed below it, right? So the trend is, and maybe it's a double day fake out, could be, but if not, the trend has changed and it lost its upward support. So also on the horizontal, I can tell you that Seedify is, support, resistance, around that area. You can also draw it like this, right? Maybe makes a little bit more sense. A lot of support right here. So it's sitting there now as well. So $1.02 on Seedify, definitely an interesting level. If we lose that, then I do think that we could see around that 90 cents, right? That's why we had support here. That's why we had support here, right? And that's, well, from $1 to 90 cents. It's not down that much, but it's 10%, right? If we lose that, yeah, then I think that 80 cents is also possible again. I hope not, because I have too much money sitting in Seedify. But yeah, around 80 cents, give or take. And from that 90 cents, yeah, that's down 12%, so 13%, right? So in total, down 22%. Is that enough? I don't know. I don't think so. If I compare it to the other altcoins, it doesn't look like that much. So these are some smaller steps. So maybe I dollar cost in 5 steps in this case, right? Little money, less money. But yeah, it could also come down to around that 65. And if we really have bad luck, even 60 cents, give or take, right? Yeah, around this area, we have to see by then. But that's a total of where we are right now of like 36%. If we just see a 36% fall, then we should consider ourselves a little lucky, I think, because the altcoin market is just not looking good. And I want to wrap it up with saying by this, I mean, look at the total 3. Again, we are in this trend right here, and this is important. Listen, we are in this downward trend, right? You can see, yeah, it's going a little sideways. The hardest fall is over. But if you zoom out, this is the trend, this falling wedge, right? We're going up, down, up. We're touching it all every time. As long as this is the trend, I don't know why we should break out now, right? So it could definitely be that we get here, right? And that's from where we are right now, around 35% lower, okay? But you have to understand that the total 3 is everything in crypto except Bitcoin and Ethereum. So everything, also stables, right? But if everything goes well, stables don't fall 35%. So these compensate, right? So actual altcoins fall more than that 35%. On average, for every percent that this falls, an altcoin falls 1.5%. So we could actually see a 50-60% drop, worst case, in my opinion, on altcoins from here, right? And a 50-60% drop, for example, on CeDeFi, that's at least, you know, around the 40 cents area, right? On Gala, for 50-60% drop, that's around here, around 1.5 cents. I'm not saying it will happen because we do not necessarily have to get exactly here. We could also get here, right? But keep in mind that it's still a possibility. People get excitement from these pumps, like, oh yeah, let's buy altcoins again. But overall, it's still on the table that it's happening, right? It's still making lower lows after lower lows. And if we draw a horizontal line, is this an accumulation phase? No, didn't get there. No, didn't get there. How can you draw the line then? Well, you can draw the line kind of like this, right? Low, lower. And yeah, we broke above, I'll give you that. But still, we went lower, right? So low high. On wick basis, not, but, you know, closing basis, we did have a lower high. So we're constantly making lower highs and lower lows. So this could be the year where it's very painful. Like last year was like, bleh, we got wrecked, right? But you at least knew what was coming to you. Now, every day you look at your portfolio, it's going down a little bit more, a little bit more. You get these pumps, gives you hope, and then a little bit more down. And at the end of the year, when you compare, you'll be like, whoa, where's my money? Right? So don't underestimate the death of 1,000 cuts. That's what I wanted to end up with, guys. Sorry for being negative all the time. I love being positive and bullish, and I will definitely be that again. And the bright side is that, I mean, if you buy here, you can change your life way more than if you buy here. So at the end of the day, it's good. But you have to be prepared for it, right? If you're not prepared and you are already into altcoins because you bought every single dip, then it's painful, right? If you consider that this is a possibility and you prepare for it by being in a little bit more Bitcoin or even stables, yeah, then it's only good. So I want to wrap it up right here. I'm tired. Please, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the bell notification, and I'll see you soon. Bye.